Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, Evgeny Prigozhin is back, and he's back in Belarus, not in Russia yet. But I read a few articles from some smart people in the West saying that Prigozhin is just floats around, he's just, like a lost guy. Well, this article coming from Business Insider contradicts that. He's actually very well put together, and he has a plan. Let's see what the plan is. He's got all his friends now in Belarus, and he's going to get ready for something. All right, let's see, Mr. Prigozhin, what do you have in mind? Business Insider today, July 19th, 2023. Prigozhin surfaces in Belarus, tells Wagner fighters they have the, and I'm quoting, biggest job in the world coming up. Biggest job, not bigger, biggest. So the biggest job in the world coming up. Let's see, Mr. Prigozhin, what's that? Wagner boss Yevgeny Prigozhin shared a video Wednesday that appears to show him in Belarus. Prigozhin told the assembled mercenaries to prepare for future deployment. And I'm quoting, "It's not the end, it's just the beginning," end quote, he assured them. Yevgeny Prigozhin appears to be back in Belarus. The boss of the famed Wagner mercenary group posted a video on Wednesday, seemingly from the group's new base camp in exile, in which he promises his fighters that more deployments are coming. Deployments towards Moscow, I don't know, to which one is it? We're going to go east or we're going to go west or south? Which one is going to be? But maybe not in Ukraine, at least anytime soon. And I'm quoting, "Right now, what is happening on the front is a disgrace that we don't need to get involved in," end quote. Opa. Prigozhin said in the nearly 6-minute video shared on his personal Telegram channel. Instead, Wagner forces will, and I'm quoting, "stay here in Belarus for some time," end quote. Prigozhin said in the darkly lit video, tents visible in the background, where the man will defend the country, and I'm quoting, "in the event that it becomes necessary." Wow, so where the man will defend the country in the event that it becomes necessary. Now, that's very subtle here. We'll find out what that exactly means. Defend it from what, domestic and foreign enemies? Following Prigozhin's aborted mutiny last month, in which he accused Russia's military leaders of bungling and lying about the war in Ukraine, I like finally these guys said what it was. Finally, it took them what? Almost a month. So he accused the Russian military. It was nothing about Putin or about blah blah blah, but Putin plays a role too if he knows about this thing, and if he doesn't know about it, that means you're not in the right place. So, lying about the war in Ukraine, Wagner fighters were supposed to relocate to a training camp in neighboring Belarus under a deal negotiated by the country's president Alexander Lukashenko. Photos of the makeshift camp showed it could house thousands of soldiers. Last week, Belarus Defense Ministry announced that the man had begun training the country's territorial defense units. In recent weeks, however, the Wagner boss had himself been spotted inside Russia. The Kremlin even confirmed that. He met with Russian President Vladimir Putin just days after calling off his rebellion. The video posted Wednesday appears to confirm that Prigozhin is now with his men in Belarus. His remarks also appearing to confirm their short-term mission. But Prigozhin also hinted at bigger things to come outside Belarus, while seeking to ensure his mercenaries that they are beloved by the Belarusian people, claiming that local women are even said to be buzzing with lust. Ha ha ha! Oh my! Oh, can you... while seeking to ensure his mercenaries that they are beloved by Belarusian people, claiming that local women are even said to be buzzing with lust. Holy fuck. Prigozhin also told them to prepare for future deployments abroad, including, and I'm quoting, new journey to Africa, end quote. And I'm quoting again, and perhaps we will return at a time when we are confident that we will not be forced to shame ourselves, end quote. He added, appearing to refer to Ukraine. In recent years, Wagner mercenaries have deployed to Libya, Mali, and the Central African Republic, where they have been accused of terrorizing local population. Yeah, okay. As they combat insurgent groups. These deployments have been seen as extending the Russian government's influence in the region and are on one reason may believe Putin is lost to dismantle the Wagner group despite its participation in what he termed an act of treason. Prigozhin, in the video posted Wednesday, suggested Wagner's mission is far from over, and I'm quoting, "It's not the end, it's just the beginning." He said, the biggest job in the world is coming up very soon. He continued adding, "We'll definitely be traveling all over the world." Good job, Prigozhin. Safe travels. So what can I say, my friends? They're buzzing with lust. That's all I get out of this article. Man, yes. They are committing so many problems over there in Africa that 49 countries participate in Africa-Russia summit in St. Petersburg. Somehow those guys, mind you, 49 out of 54, or if you want to take all of them, 56 or something. So it's almost 100% of the African countries from Africa, they will send heads of government, presidents, prime ministers, officials to St. Petersburg, Russia, but hey, the Wagners are killing over there. I'm not saying it can't happen or it doesn't happen. I'm just saying that this is just to, if the Russians will be so hated over there, those guys will not participate. 49 countries, almost the entire African continent is going to be moving into St. Petersburg. I made a video on that earlier today where I said that Africa joins Russia and about that meeting, which is true. Prigozhin is going to be deployed somewhere else, and he creates problems now for the Ukrainians who, I read an article, are going to secure the border. They bring more troops from their offensive, where they're succeeding, to the border north because they're afraid of these guys. I read another article that these guys counted 500 pieces of equipment in that camp, non-military equipment, trucks, cars, vans, and buses, and so on. So these guys are really relocated over there, or at least from Russia, they moved there. He kept his word, otherwise he will get a little bomb on that little camp, which it's not safe. That will not happen. A little rocket or two of them, 2 missiles, and gone over there, Wagner, Russia. So anyway, my friends, it's going to be a new beginning, and the deal is Russian military got out of Belarus, Wagner in. These guys are even scared. The Ukrainians moved over there. I had 2 articles here, and I was thinking to make a video, and probably I will make a video on that, on these 2 pieces of news. The Russians put together about, according to the Western media, and the Ukrainians, not the Russians, put together more than 100,000 troops in Kupiansk and Liman front, including over 900 tanks, over, 500 or 400 armored vehicles, and so on, ready over there on the front. And the Ukrainians said, we are not threatened by that. And my question was, okay, you're not threatened by that, but when the Russians brought about 100,000 people on their territory at the border, everybody was, oh, that's a threat. So how is that working? And again, another article, the Ukrainians said, we're going to put over there military, we're going to beef our presence over there in North Ukraine because of the Wagnerites, because they present a threat. So how many people are over there? How many Prigozhin fighters are over there? 1,000? 2,000? 3,000? 5,000? That's a threat. But those 100, more than 100,000 with more than 900 tanks, and all, that is not a threat. What? Maybe they know something we don't know. I'm pretty sure they know a lot that we don't know, but we're going to find out. So anyway, Prigozhin is back. He's dangerous. If he's going to stay in that camp, he's going to be attacked. He's going to, and I just said how. I'm foreseeing that 70%, 75% that that camp will be attacked with some missiles, and we don't know who did it. Like the Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2 pipelines. The same guys, probably. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. He's like a sitting duck over there. He got to move.